Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. And I'd like to talk about how some of us, are going to parties and feasts, and as in the days of Noah, they will be eating and drinking, and they'll be doing a lot of things, but they're not including the Lord. So I wanted to read a little bit about in the book of Luke, chapter 14, how it says about in verse 16, Jesus replied with this illustration: "A man prepared a great feast and sent out many invitations. When all was ready, he sent his servant around to notify the guests that it was time for them to arrive. But they all began making excuses. One said he had just bought a field and wanted to inspect it and asked to be excused. Another said he had just bought 5 pair of oxen and wanted to try them out. Another had just been married and for that reason couldn't come. The servant returned and reported to his master what they had said. His master was angry and told him to go into the streets and alleys of the city and to invite the beggars, crippled, lame, and blind, but even then there was still room. Well then, said his master, go out into the country lanes and out behind the hedges and urge anyone you find to come, so that the house will be full, for none of those I invited first will get even the smallest taste of what I had prepared for them." So, of all the parties that people are going to, some parties and feasts, how quickly we are to go to those feasts and parties. But Jesus has the feast of all feasts, and he's calling all the children, he's calling everybody to come to his feast, because he is soon going to be taking them to the feast. And I'm just like excited. But there are a lot of people out there that keep making excuses of why they can't come to the feasts. And I know the Lord is still waiting, and we shouldn't make him wait. We should still, come to the feast and just get ready to come to the feast, actually. But yeah, so the feast of all feasts is the Lord's, and mankind's feast is tiny in comparison. And so as in the days of Noah, they were eating and drinking, but I would rather, have a feast with the Lord. Wouldn't you? So we should get ready to go and have the feast soon. And that will be great, wouldn't it be? That will be the feast of all feasts. But I just wanted to read a little bit, and that was in my Tyndale Bible, chapter 14, verse 16 through, 24. Yeah, 24. And so that's my short message for today. Goodbye for now.